technology. See, what we see today is just the taking off of it. It's still coming. Technology is going to replace human beings. Unless you know how to program a computer or how to fix one, you're going to be in trouble in that area. In our industry, the industry has changed. Studios going out of business every day in Hollywood because technology has taken it from the big studio to a little space. I have 7 children of my own. It was a warning to them. No one can escape what is getting ready to come upon us. We're not enough involved in the decisions that's made for this country. The people of this country really don't know what's going on. They're being told certain things. We're being told this. But when you really stop and take inventory and observe what is taking place, there's a movement going down in America. It's called moving people from one position to another. And it's not a fast movement. It's going to take time. But one day we're going to look around like 1986, 1987, 88. They're going to say, well, where did all this go? Well, where did all of that go? Oh, the new computer's doing it now. Oh, the computers are doing it now. Well, what are you doing with the computers? Well, I don't know nothing about that. Our educational systems tell the young people the technology age is coming. But there's a lot of black schools, minority schools, Hispanic schools that never seen a computer. And that's one of the dangerous things, most dangerous things America can do, is to not arm the young people. We're going to have an illiterate country, man, if we're not careful. We're going to have a country of people that don't care.
Big Bob, let me ask you this, man, because I read somewhere where you said that Super Bowl 3...
Hold on, let's line this up properly.
Okay.
Super Bowl 3, Baltimore Colts, the power of the NFL, taking out the upstart New York Jets from the AFL. You guys were the biggest favorite in Super Bowl history, right? No way you could lose. You end up losing 16-7. What happened?
Well, I personally think the game was fixed.
The game was fixed.
Yeah.
Why?
So Michael and his peers can make the money that they're making.
Michael Irvin, you made the league better. Is that what you're saying? If you guys lost?
See, if the Jets don't win that game, then they don't have the NFL the way it is today.
Oh, because it was the merger. It was
the merger. That was
right.
The third.
How did they fix a game like that?
See, the quarterback.
Yeah.
If you remember, we were inside the 25 times in the first half.
Right.
And come away with no points.
Right.
Which is not a characteristic of a Colt team.
But nobody came to you and said, "Hey, Bubba, here's
No.
Well, who did they go to? Sorry.
You see how Bubba like that Chris? You trying to get me killed. You trying to get me killed.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So like I told you, I definitely see a big pullback in the first quarter. Then the master magician set up a distraction so the Fed can cut rates, and then we move up. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto pumping, guys. We know we're the only game in town on a weekend. We have Super Bowl weekend. And then on top of it, guys, we know CME opens tonight. We know it's going to move the market. As the stock market opens up and yield rates start moving, we know crypto is going to move again. I definitely see us pulling back as the stock market opens. Now, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates moving up, and I definitely see them continue on moving up because we know the Fed hasn't cut rates yet. We have the dollar move down slightly, and we have volume and crypto slightly down. We have Tether and USDC, and then we have the Fed. Repo was $569 billion. Now, in order for Bitcoin, cryptos, and stocks to get another pump, we know the Fed has to start cutting rates. And this is an election year, and we know for a fact the Fed is going to cut rates, but not as soon as the bond market has predicted. And then on top of it, we know in order for them to cut rates, we know a distraction has to come, because the inflation that we have right now is not going away by itself. Because the inflation that we have right now is all corporate greed. We know it's an illusion of choice. Majority of the items that we buy are owned by a handful of corporations. They could have easily dropped prices, but like Janet Yellen stated, the prices are not going down, but not just yet. Those who understand tokenization and the fourth industrial revolution know we're going to be going through hyper deflation. Blockchain and tokenization is going to make everything cheaper because nothing's going to be real. Remember, they want to take the real world that we live in now and move it inside the metaverse, moving into a virtual world. I know it sounds like a movie, but remember, your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. Now, March 20th is going to be the most important meeting for the Fed of the year, because if they don't lower rates in March, along with the rest of the central banks, it's going to send a rumble throughout the economy. Then on top of it, we have the Bitcoin halving, which those in crypto know sometimes it takes a year for us to pump. But then also we know the Fed was behind every single pump. But this time, guys, is going to be the emerging markets giving us the signal that they're ready to flip the switch. And we know so many countries have gotten off the United States dollar. The Putin speech was so important because it's letting us know that Bretton Woods 2.0 is right around the corner. We're seeing the rise of the BRICS nations and the fall of America to Babylon, along with that United States dollar, and the rise of the digital yuan backed by that digital SDR. We see Israel and we see Saudi Arabia going towards China in that Belt and Road, and that's letting us know the new world is going to rise in Asia. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we had the Bitcoin ETFs, Grayscale, BlackRock, and Fidelity all up at close, and then after hours moved down. But tomorrow, as the stock market opens, we definitely should open up. But like I stated, Bitcoin and crypto are pulled back because we know the stock market is going to open. Guys, we play the same game every single month. If the sheep only knew the game was rigged, they would be able to follow the money. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, we had Bitcoin ETFs at 10 billion milestone just 1 month after approval. Now, when we look at cryptos, we see a whole nother asset class. And I'm an old man. Anytime we had any type of currency or another financial market comes up, it gets squashed. But crypto has been building over a decade, and people don't question it. And that's the issue with the whole world. They don't question anything. Bitcoin sitting at 48,000. I don't care if it was sitting at 10,000. I'm going to question, why is this thing sitting higher than gold? But people get distracted on things that don't matter, and they have no clue about digital currencies. And it's going to change their world forever. And the sheep are going to look back and ask themselves, where were we when all this building was going on? Because, guys, we clearly see this digital economy is already built. It's not building, it's already built. It just needs to come together, and the NWO just needs that crisis to bring it together. We see all the technology. We know these digital currencies are ready. 10-year is a manifestation period. It's ready. The same way when we saw Zoom, when the C word came, all of a sudden everybody's on Zoom, but Zoom is over a decade old. It was already tried, tested, ready to go. It's not by chance. This technology is already ready for the masses to use. So the robots, algorithms, and drones taking the economy over was already prepared over 2 decades ago. Now the only thing they have to do now is program the masses for transhumanism, program them for the metaverse. And you see that in all the movies. And because social media is so powerful, it's going to be easy for them to do. Just imagine all the people who would love to be Superman or Superwoman. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have FTX planned sale of digital custody for $500,000 in bankruptcy move. And make sure you're keeping an eye on CoinList, because you're not selling a $10 million custody for $500,000. We know there's a plan behind it. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And lastly, guys, we have the Super Bowl today. And they say that crypto has took a back seat this year, and AI is going to get the stage. But we know AI, robots, algorithms, and drones now have money, and that is cryptocurrencies. And remember, crypto means hidden message, hidden meaning. And because the world is changing, because everything is going to be global, that's going to change the NFL forever. Those who have my NWO book, I wrote about it. Remember, the way the NFL is played today, you can't take it global. And we saw that example in the Pro Bowl. And like I told you, 2025, America is going to flip the switch on the 4th Industrial Revolution, and that's going to be the end to the Super Bowl as you know it. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate. Not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.